and he's doing this and he's doing that. And I said, that's great. I said, so how much time are you spending on scripting and role playing the phone? That could be the dumbest thing I've heard all day. And he's like, what do you mean? I said, you are basically taking your open sign and turning it closed. I said, you telling me that you don't have a script and you don't practice is the most irresponsible thing that you could do for yourself and for your family. I said, because you are setting yourself for almost guaranteed failure because you can't deliver the same consistent product, which is what you offer on a daily, hourly basis by doing it off the cuff. And that just tells me, and he goes, well, I'm not really good at that. And I said, well, how many times have you practiced? He said, well, none. And I said, well, no wonder. You're probably very shitty at what you do because you don't practice. I said, go do it 500 times and then come back to me and then tell me if you're good or bad. And if you're still bad, then maybe you're in the wrong business or maybe you have the wrong coach. If maybe you're better, then you say, wow, I'm able to consistently talk to people, train people, get them to buy. I'm able to do that on a consistent basis. And I said, nobody cares. I hate to tell, and I told him, I said, I hate to tell you this, but nobody cares about your logo. Nobody cares about, nobody gives a shit. Everybody has a problem and they're saying, can you solve my problem? You're sticking your shirt in their face saying, this is my shirt. This is how great I am. Look at my logo. Nobody cares about that. They have a problem. They think you can solve it. If you can't solve it, they're moving on.
Yeah, that's right. And that's so true. And I see people at these meetings that come back. Just this last weekend, I was in Tampa. And I saw a lady that I saw her last August. And last August, she was working on her LLC. And I talked to her this time. She goes, well, I got my LLC all set up now. I'm thinking that was like 9 months ago, 10 months ago. What the hell? It takes 20 minutes to set that up. Yeah. Move on, you know? It's just like people are so analysis of paralysis. You know, they just don't. They're just afraid to step out, you know?
It's so true. So, Bill, let me ask you this. You know, you're at the top of your game. You've been doing this for years. You've seen it all, done it all. How does someone like you continually reinvent yourself, re-educate yourself? Because, look, the internet's changed. That's probably changed a lot of what you do. How do you stay on top of these things?
Well, here's the thing. Back when I started speaking in the early 2000s, there was about 25, 28 of us national speakers going around to RIA groups and going around to big conventions in the real estate investor arena. However, when the internet came about, you know, the biggest fear people have is public speaking. So now all of a sudden, these people can hide behind the internet, do webinars, and all of a sudden it went from like 25 of us to like 1,000.
Yeah.
And people have so many different avenues that, and you know what? People are lazy. People are lazy. People sit on their damn couch. They'd rather sit on their couch and watch a webinar than get off their ass and go to a 3-day workshop.
It's so true.
Learn a business.
Yeah, and they know they want to learn it. So how do you? That's a whole other tangent I won't go into. But so how do you get them to see that? Look, this is what you need to do. Like it, love it, or leave it. You got to get off your ass and you got to do something. Otherwise, someone else will do it and take it. Because look, let's face it. I'm sure you don't need the money from 20% of this that comes in. This is not going to make or break your life, right? You do this inherently because you like teaching, you like helping people. You probably like seeing that click where you see people actually going, I got this, I'm successful. So how do you kind of explain to them, listen, I'm not here for me, I'm here for you. How do you do that?
Well, you know, here's the neat thing about it is, one, I tell the students, I go, listen, I'm accessible to where you can contact me personally one-on-one, because I want to show you how what you believe to be true is not the truth. It's not it's your reality, but I want to show you my reality of what I believe you can do. So for me to do that, I'm going to come and I'm going to show you how we can do what I teach in your area and show you how easy it is to make money in your area. And I don't care what area of the country we go to. So me, I love to travel, and so does my wife, and so does my son. We love to travel. So we love to do these 2-day trainings where we go face to face with the students. We take them out door knocking in Cleveland or Detroit or wherever they're at, Chicago or Kansas City or LA, wherever it's at. We take them out face to face, because what it does is it shows them that all the training of years how I can handle all the conversations, and they can be in that level, and they would learn how they can turn deals so much quicker just by learning what to say with the communication skill. Most people's problem is their communication skill. They don't have any faith.
It's between their heads.
It is. It's right between their ears. And we love to travel, so and it keeps me sharp on what I teach, because I can tell wherever I go, I can say, hell, I know your areas better than you guys do. I've been out in your neighborhoods. You guys haven't been out in your neighborhoods.
Right.
So that really gets people to go, gosh, I really want to work with this guy. So I have to reinvent myself to be the hands-on guy, because most of these speakers are hands-off totally, and I enjoy what I do. I love what I do.
That well, and you're so good at it, and you can see the passion in it, and it's so refreshing. Like I said, I mean, when I reconnected with your sister, and I was talking to your sister, and we started talking about what you're doing, she's like, he's still doing it. I'm like, man, I gotta have him on my show, because that is just so cool that you are still, you again, we do these things because we love doing it. We don't do it for the money. Look, let's face it. If we did it for the money, we would be doing it on our own. We wouldn't be helping anyone. We would just be grinding it out, doing it that way. And that's not why we do this. That's not why I do the podcast show. I mean, I do this to get this out, to help other people that at some point someone will say, man, thank you for that. You helped me change my life. And that's a good feeling, right?
Oh, it's a great feeling. I could show you so damn many checks, and so many, a guy named Joel, and there's another guy in our group named Tyler. They just wrote me and said, this $78,000, Joel said, this $78,000 is going to change my life. I'm quitting my job. I'm putting my 2-week notice. And this other guy, Tyler, just made $35,000 on a deal. He said, I gave my 2-week notice. He goes, I'm ready to go. He says, it's all because of you. Thank you. And I got to tell you what, that's the stuff that I like, because almost every place we go speak, somebody always says, if you guys are up there teaching, you're so good at this, why are you up here teaching? And I always tell them, I go, listen, I said, we're not doing it all for the money. I said, we love what we do. Right. And people say, if you had all the money in the world, what would you do? I said, honestly, I'd be doing what I'm doing right now, because I love what I do. It's not work for me. It's fun. Today when I'm with you, I'm going over to one of our rehabs. We're doing a little bit of touch up, and we're just going through and getting things ready for a field trip for this weekend. So it's I got time off. I love what I do. And
it's funny, Bill, as I talk to people, I tell them, I said, it's the abundance mindset. You guys, these other people that think about that, they have I'm not even sure if it's the retraction mindset or what it is, but I think number one, there's enough business for everyone in the world times 8, because so many people don't do it. And if for someone to think that I can manage all the properties in Texas or flip deals or whatever, that is just the wrong mindset to go into this. And you're thinking you're never going to be successful, in my opinion, if you constantly think that way, as opposed to just thinking, you know what? There's like-minded people. They like teaching. I tell people, you probably at some point will like doing this as well. If you love what you do, it will transform into that, because when you have a good message, just like you do, and you want to convey that to people, there has to be a medium to do that. And you only have so many hours in the day. So you doing a bunch of one-to-ones constantly is not the best use of your time, right? I mean,
no, it's not. It's not. Hell no. I could go out and make so much more money doing other stuff, but it's fun for me. I enjoy the hell out of it, because to see the expressions on the students when we get to the door and talk to the homeowners, and they're like, man, I could never have answered those questions. I said, you will. I said, you just keep working with us. All of a sudden, you'll be so polished, you'll be the superstar in your area.
That is awesome. Bill, I cannot believe that an hour has gone by this quickly, man.
Oh, my God. We can go another hour.
I know. Well, Bill, if somebody wants to get a hold of you and they want to learn about Investor's Edge and all the stuff that you're doing, they just want to rap with you or something, how does someone get a hold of you?
Well, they can get a hold of me, a couple ways. Through investorsedgeuniversity.com. They can go see what we've got there. They can contact me at my old email that I'm the only one that sees, and it's a real hard one to remember. It's BillTwyford@AOL.com, and I think I'm the last person with AOL.
Yeah, you've got to be one of the last man standing.
They're going to shut the doors, man. So they're waiting for me to leave. But so it's just Bill Twyford, that's TWYFORD at AOL.com. That's how they can get a hold of me, man.
That is so cool. And if anybody on the show wants to go to our website, it's selfmanagemyproperty.com. And I don't know if I told you this, Bill, we created what we call the Ultimate Landlord Survival Handbook. And in this handbook is basically a reference guide for the average investor of how to deal with, let's say, an eviction, how to deal with a make-ready, how to deal with vetting a vendor to make sure they have their license and insurance. The things that if you have 1 or 2 properties, you only deal with maybe 1 or 2 times in your career. But when it happens, you better know how to do it, right?
Yeah, that's right. And that's great to have that. See, like, if they go to investors.LLC.com, so investors.LLC.com, and they go to opt in, they're going to get a free downloadable program that's going to send them about 16 emails. It's the top 7 secret strategies for investing in real estate. And it's a great program.
There you go. That is awesome. That is awesome. Well, again, if you want to get Bill, it's Bill Twyford at AOL.com. If you want to look us up, you can go to our Facebook group, Landlord Survival Group. This show is there. I'm sure maybe you'll be seeing me and Bill doing some stuff in the future, maybe me coming up to Colorado, maybe doing some stuff, hanging out. And again, Bill, thank you so much for being on the show today. I think so many people, they just get so much information from the rock star of real estate there.
I got it.
You don't get any better than that, right?
All right, bro.
Hey,
Thank
Bill,
you very much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time, and we'll talk to you later. All right, bye-bye.
This has been the Landlord Survival Show. Join us next time for more of what the gurus don't tell you about owning rentals. And for even more, find us on Facebook.
Brought to you by Empire Industries Property Management. Built for investors, by investors. For more information about this show, visit our website, selfmanagemyproperty.com, home of the Ultimate Landlord Survival Handbook.